Okay, all right. It seems like we're still seeing some problems, but perhaps also some progress here. Airlines have been impacted because of that global outage. At one point, we know the big three, Delta, American, and United. Smaller carriers were affected, like Frontier as well. Frontier, by the way, flies out of Palm Beach International Airport.
And TA is there live this morning. He's been at it for hours checking on things. TA, how's it looking?
Well, it's a little cattywampus. We really don't have a lot of good information. We've reached out to the public information officer, have not heard back, called about 4 or 5 times this morning. But what I can tell you is American Airlines, Brianna just sent me this text, posted this. Earlier this morning, a technical issue with a vendor impacted multiple carriers, including us. As of 5 a.m., we have been able to safely reestablish our operations. We apologize to our customers for the inconvenience. Now, that being said, looking at the flight board here, JetBlue has its doors closed. The Delta, the American flight that was supposed to go at 6 is now at 6:30, which we've passed at this point. So we'll see if we can refresh here and get an update on that. What I will tell you is one airport worker told me that things are very tense behind the scenes here at Palm Beach International Airport as they're scrambling to figure out what's what. Delta, I talked to one pastor that has a church on Haverhill in West Palm Beach, and he says Delta is being very reasonable. Pastor Mays, what did you just realize?
I just realized that no flights were going out today. They were booking people for tomorrow. And because my trip was a short trip, they refunded my entire feedback for both me and my wife.
And what airline were you flying?
Delta.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, and so I did hear one agent at the Delta ticketing counter tell someone just to go home because they're not sure once they get to Atlanta where their hub is that they'd be able to connect. Now, a lot of other passengers, we've heard this over and over again this morning, are just simply going to drive. So, Scott, you're just going to go.
I'm going. My flight was today, going to North Carolina, the mountains.
You're going to drive?
I'm going to drive, yes.
Yeah, so I had some people come out here past us that were going to be on Delta Airlines, and they've told me, oh, now we understand why the news is at Palm Beach International this morning. Colony International.
Makes sense. Tense behind the scenes, too, like TA said, but every single passenger you've been speaking with, TA, seems to be taking it in stride.
Yeah, I guess there's just not much control that you have over the situation. Go ahead, TA.
Yeah, I was going to say spirits are good. I think people knew what they were walking into. Several families telling me they got online early this morning. They saw us on TV. They were expecting it, so it wasn't a big surprise once they got here to the airport in West Palm.
You know, as cliche as it sounds, it is one of those things. If you can check before you go, I mean, you might get to the airport and it's a different scenario, but perhaps you can save yourself some time.